As we're looking at these bots, keep in mind the questions that are being asked and what you could perhaps pull out of consultation or intro calls to shorten them. The Franchise Help lead gets an automated email with a link to the Franchise Help qualifying bot. Once they click on that bot, they get a personalized message. Alicia, as you know, Franchise Help has matched you with an advisor for a free franchise consultation. Meet Seth Letterman. Get started. FranBot is here to go over a few things and ask some questions so you and Seth can prepare for your consultation. Sounds good. How have you approached your franchise search? Choose up to 4. I've done internet research. In the first year of business, how much time do you have to dedicate to building your business on a weekly basis? Full time. That brings up a corresponding answer, in this case, owner-manager. Great, an owner-manager or an owner-operator business might be your best bet. What do you want to learn about first? Then they can select, and it'll start bringing up information about those different model types. Are you interested in a particular franchise? Now we show some of the testimonials. They can either view more or skip. Where do you want to open your franchise business? Please confirm the zip code. You might be over or underestimating what it takes to get into franchise ownership. Buying a franchise is like buying a home. The initial investment or down payment is the cash you pay up front toward the total project cost, and the rest can be borrowed. How much liquid capital do you intend to put toward your franchise investment, including cash, bonds, and retirement funds? Let's talk about timing. If you search on your own, it could take over 12 months to find the right opportunity. Seth's streamlined search process takes less than 1 month. Franchise licenses are awarded after a mutual evaluation process lasting a few months, and then you make an initial investment. It can take another 3 to 12 months before you're open for business, depending on if there's a physical location requirement or not. If you find the right franchise opportunity, how soon will you be ready to make your initial investment? Do you have any business partners who will be involved? Do you have specific questions you'd like Seth to cover on your franchise consultation? Do you want to learn how Seth will help you in your franchise search? Nice job! Before your consultation with Seth, schedule a call with Jessica, one of our experienced advisors, to answer your questions and get you set up with the next steps. The general qualifying bot can be used for LinkedIn and other lead sources. We're not currently using it, but it could be used for DripBar, for example. Hello, Eric. There are 3,600 franchise opportunities to choose from. Trying to find the right franchise on your own can feel like looking for a needle in a haystack. Exploring franchise ownership just got easier. Get started. Franchising expert Seth Letterman will be your guide. Click Next after viewing his credentials. And I'm FranBot, your franchise search assistant. Let's talk about your interest in franchising. If you meet our criteria and we meet yours, you'll have the opportunity to schedule a free consultation with Seth. What do you want to achieve through franchise ownership? Seeking the advice of a franchise expert is a smart move and incredibly valuable. Plus, it's free, so why not? Just look at what some of our clients have to say about working with Seth. Then we have the testimonials, and they can either view more or skip. Much like an executive recruiter, Seth is compensated by the companies for identifying the right candidates. You get great advice for free, and the companies save money recruiting qualified franchise owners. Are you interested in a particular type of franchise? How have you approached your franchise search? Choose up to 4. Let's talk about where you plan to open your franchise business. Please confirm your zip code. If your zip code isn't available, what's the maximum mile radius you would consider starting a business within? Please confirm your mobile number. Please confirm how much liquid, non-borrowed, easily accessible capital you intend to put towards your franchise investment. Let's talk about timing for opening your franchise. You'll work with Seth for about a month to identify the best franchise for you. Franchise licenses are awarded after a mutual evaluation process lasting 3 to 5 months. After up to 6 months of searching and due diligence, you could be open for business within 3 to 6 months if your franchise doesn't require a physical location. If real estate is required, you could be open in 9+ months after making your franchise investment. When will you be ready to make an investment in a franchise? Do you have any other business partners who will be involved? Do you want to learn how Seth will help you in your franchise search? Excellent. You've provided the information Seth needs. Let's schedule your free consultation. The next two bots are bots that we've developed, but they're not currently in use. The ads bot is different than the other qualifying bots. It's meant to go with pay-per-click ad campaigns. So imagine that you see an ad that asks if you want to search hundreds of franchise opportunities. Of course, the intro for the bot will be customized for the particular ad campaign. These leads are unknown to us, and we want to give them something of value and a reason to engage with us. Thank you for considering franchising. It's a great business strategy for the right people. In less than 3 minutes, you will know if franchising is right for you. Get started. I'm FranBot, your virtual franchise assistant, and I'm going to assist with this task. What's your first name? Rachel. To find out if franchising is right for you, I'm going to ask a few questions about your interests, experience, and qualifications. Why do you want to open a business? Please tell me if the following statements about you are true or false. I can follow a proven system. I have the time to spend learning about franchise options, minimum of 2 hours a week. I have the ability to decide quickly once I find the right franchise opportunity. Please select the answer that applies to you. How would you describe your risk tolerance? Rachel, your answers indicate that you could have the right mindset to be a franchise owner. Now let's determine if you qualify for franchise ownership. Is your credit score over 700? Do you have a minimum net worth of $250K and $75K liquid assets available, cash, retirement, marketable securities? Are you a homeowner? Have you ever declared bankruptcy? Rachel, your answers indicate that you have a good chance of meeting the financial requirements of many great franchise brands. You're nearly done. Let's finish up and determine what types of franchise opportunities are right for you. What industry are you most interested in? Are you considering a particular franchise brand? In the first year of business, how much time do you have to dedicate to building your business on a weekly basis? Do you have previous management or business ownership experience? Please confirm your mobile number while I analyze your results. Congratulations, you have what it takes to get into franchising. Before we continue, what's the best email to send your franchise matches? Based on your responses, you should look at franchise opportunities with executive business models. These are the types of franchise businesses that executives want to own because you're not going to leave your career to own the franchise. Sports Clips is an executive model franchise and the leading men's hair care brand, dominating the segment for over 20 years. Learn more. Sports Clips has over 1,800 locations open or in development and has helped hundreds of entrepreneurs thrive in a recession-resistant business with tremendous unit-level economics and unlimited scalability. In addition to the business model that might be right for you, let's look at opportunities in children's, your area of interest. The children's industry is thriving. Parents will always invest in their children regardless of the economic climate. As a result, business opportunities in the children's activities and learning space are always viable. Mathnasium is a children's franchise to consider. U.S. spending on tutoring has increased tenfold since 2001. Mathnasium is teaching children in communities across America and around the world, providing friendly neighborhood environments and math expertise. As they grow, Mathnasium is creating opportunities for more franchise owners to become education entrepreneurs, changing their lives and the lives of children in their community for the better. Rachel, you can find a franchise on your own, but with the guidance of an advisor, you will save countless hours by eliminating business models that will not get you where you are looking to go. Evaluate franchises that provide a return on investment to meet or exceed your financial goals. Identify the business models that offer salary replacement within an acceptable time frame. Increase the likelihood of landing the right opportunity for you and the market you're serving. Why take the chance when you can get expert guidance for free? Similar to executive recruiters, franchise advisors are compensated by the brands for identifying the right franchisees. Whether you decide franchising is for you or not, the advisor's role is to provide unbiased information to help you make a smart decision. Would you like a free, no obligation consultation with an experienced franchise advisor? Yes, why not? Meet Seth Letterman, your franchise expert. Schedule a free consultation to review your search results with Seth Letterman, experienced franchise advisor. This was the first bot we developed as a replacement for the intro call. Perhaps we could make some adjustments and require a variation of this bot before the consultation call to keep the lead warm and to increase the chance that they'll show up for the call. We could include the CQ questions in this bot. Hello, I'm FranBot, your franchise search assistant. I'm going to ask you a few questions and give you some information before scheduling a call with my favorite human, senior franchise consultant Seth Letterman. If you've been looking into franchising on your own, you've probably been feeling overwhelmed by all of the information coming at you. I promise that your experience with Seth will be like a breath of fresh air. Do you have 10 minutes to spend with me? What are you interested in? A human who knows what they want. Excellent. Seth will discuss your interests and show you options that might be a great fit. There are plenty of good options for Seth to show you from our portfolio of 350 vetted franchise opportunities. Why are you looking into franchise ownership? What are you looking to achieve with your franchise investment? Good to know. Seth will keep this in mind during your franchise search. Tell me a little about your professional background. What have you been doing until now for work? Thanks for sharing. Seth will dive a little deeper into your experience on your call. Where are you looking to open your franchise? Please enter the zip code. What's the furthest distance you'd consider? Seth will show you some of the great options in your area. Are you a veteran? Thank you for your service. Franchisors love veterans. There are a lot of advantages for being former military. Primarily, your understanding of processes, procedures, and systems, and many franchisors offer a discount to veterans. In the first year of business, how much time do you have to dedicate towards building your business on a weekly basis? Great! An owner-manager or executive franchise business model may be your best bet. What do you want to learn about first? Executive models are the types of franchise businesses that executives want to own because you're not going to leave your career to own the franchise. This is purely an investment strategy for the diversification of your portfolio. Do you want to learn about the owner-manager model? Owner-manager models are where you're involved in the day-to-day. Initially, you'll be heavily involved in the business. As the business matures and grows, you can come in late, leave early, go on vacation, and the business will still be operating. When we're done here, we'll send an email with our franchise business model matrix and extended information. What's the best email address for you? Thank you. You'll discuss the different types of business models with Seth. Let's get you comfortable with him and the FranNexus team. After all, there's a lot of trust involved in making one of the biggest decisions of your life. Seth is kind of like a cross between a real estate agent and an executive recruiter. What do you want to know about us? Do you know what the common denominator is for success in franchising? Good guess, but the franchise owners need only follow the proven system to reach success. Do you know what the common denominator is for success in franchising? Good guess, but a franchise business doesn't have to be nationally recognized to be successful. The common denominator for success in franchising is a good match, meaning it's going to be an opportunity that would make sense for you. Let's say you live in Miami. Would you want to look at snow removal businesses? Seth is going to get to know you. He'll show you opportunities that make sense for your region, interests, passions, desires, existing skills, and strengths. Are you familiar with the franchise disclosure document? Franchises are obligated to present you with an FDD because franchising is regulated by the Federal Trade Commission as a consumer protection mechanism. True or false, the FDD gives you the ability to find out everything you want to know about a business, including investment range and financial performance. It's true, every FDD has 23 sections that cover the same critical data points every investor wants to know. The benefit of franchising is that you know what you can expect financially. Do you know what's just as important as reviewing the FDD? The answer is speaking with franchise owners to get a good understanding of what a day in the life is like. When you get to this point in the journey, Seth will connect you with franchisees and provide the questions to ask them. Seth and the FranNexus team will hold your hand through every step of our due diligence process with franchises of interest, making sure that you're speaking to the right people, asking the right questions, and getting the information you need to make the best decision. What else would you like to know about us? Are you familiar with how executive recruiters work? Franchise consultants are similarly compensated for introducing franchisors to people like you, interested in exploring franchise ownership, who also meet their qualifications of a good match. What else would you like to know? Now that we know each other better, can I please get your first name? Rachel, would you agree that investing in a franchise is one of life's biggest decisions next to getting married and having children? Looking at franchise businesses and industries that interest you is not the same as looking at the ones that will achieve your financial and lifestyle goals. Would you move to a foreign city without a real estate agent? It's not something you want to do on your own any more than buying a franchise without the guidance of an expert like Seth. Let's say you are moving to a foreign country without an agent. Is it the right neighborhood? Are the schools good? Is it safe? When you're looking for a franchise, there is a lot of things that you don't know, you know? Most franchise owners who fail do so because it wasn't the right match. They didn't know what they were getting into. Rachel, I have good news and bad news. Which do you want first? Good news. Seth has a lot of knowledge and expertise in the industry and is going to save you a lot of time and money in the long run. And the bad news, you've probably been spinning your wheels looking at franchise opportunities that do not make sense. Would you like some help in your franchise search? Awesome. The only way Seth will know what to look for is by getting to know you with a good conversation. We call it the discovery call. Is there anyone important to the decision-making process who will be joining us on the discovery call? What's their name and relationship to you? Great, I look forward to speaking with you both. You're not obligated or committed to doing anything other than becoming educated. Learn and explore your options and see if it makes sense. Does that make sense? It's better to find out before you dump a bunch of money into a franchise that it's not a good match. There are a few things Seth wants you to do before your discovery call. You'll get an email with important tasks to complete to help us gather fundamental information for a great start to your conversation with Seth. And here's where we could actually replace it with the CQ questions. It's probably 20 minutes worth of very important work to make sure that you and Seth are on the same page when he begins the research on your behalf. The email will have a link to a confidential questionnaire, which is where you start. Once submitted, you'll have access to take the assessment and review the Franchise Business Model Matrix and a visual roadmap of our process. Please review our Franchise Business Model Matrix. It covers the different types of business models within franchising and will be very helpful when we're talking about selection criteria. The visual roadmap provides an overview of the process that you and Seth will go through together in your search, selection, and evaluation of franchises. Seth asks that you submit the questionnaire and assessment at least 48 hours prior to the discovery call to ensure time to review. This is really important. I want to make sure you get the email. Will you please reply to the email and let Seth know you received it? Keeping in mind that you have some homework to do and Seth needs time to review, I suggest you schedule 2 to 3 days from now. Great, let's schedule your discovery call with Seth. Here's Seth's calendar. Please schedule your discovery call.